Hi, welcome to another episode of Well-Aged Scotch. In this episode, I kind of want to talk about the basics. So I never covered it before, and unfortunately I'm kind of short on video editing equipment for this week, and I wanted to make sure that I uploaded a video on Wednesday and stay consistent for you guys. So I just want to talk about the basics in this episode. Talk about, when I say things like mouthfeel, nose, I taste this, that. Just try to give you a brief overview of what I'm trying to convey to you and what it means when I'm drinking the whiskey. So, there's four things that go into rating a whiskey, and that'd be the taste, the nose on it, the finish, and the balance. So another term I use for balance is mouthfeel. And hold on, let me just have a little sip. One glass a day. So whenever you're smelling the whiskey, a lot of this comes from the wood that the whiskey sits in. And actually, this is a really good representation because the oak right here, a lot of Scotch whiskey is aged in oak barrels, old bourbon barrels from the United States. And so that's where it kind of gets its color from. So when I talk about the color of it, it's influenced by the wood that it sits in, and sometimes you'll see like a darker color, and that might mean that that the wood was like charred when it was aging bourbon, and now it's brought on that color. And so the nose, kind of self-explanatory. Whatever you smell, doesn't matter what it is, that's what you go with. I feel like that's the hardest thing to get down. Like, I find that there's a lot of disparity in what one person smells to the other. So don't worry if you're sitting there drinking scotch with a friend, you're like, oh, I don't know, I don't smell the same thing. I find that usually women are better at it than men. And I always have my wife sit there and do a second opinion for me. For the taste, that's all up to you. It goes back to the wood, and one of the biggest things that influences whiskey is water. And you can bring wood in from all around the world, wherever it is. You can import it into your distillery, but one of the things you really can't change is the water around where your distillery is located. And that's why you'll probably hear people have a lot of pride in, oh, well, I get it from this river or whatever bottle of water. I use that to make my whiskey, and that makes a huge difference on the taste, the smell. It makes the whiskey. That's why you probably have heard someone say it's the water of life. So, some of the other things that I talk about, let's see, the mouthfeel or the balance. The best way for me to explain this is, you know the difference between drinking water and drinking maple syrup. Okay, so water's gonna go down really easy. Maple syrup's gonna be like, oh, why is this sludging along down my throat? And so that's what I'm kind of talking about. Like, is it light in my mouth, or is it kind of like a heavier, peatier whiskey where it kind of like it sticks with me? And if you're a wine drinker, here's a good example. So you definitely know the difference between white wine and red wine. White wine's nice, light, easy on the palate, and red wine's just like, oh, this is complex and I'm fancy and whatnot. So, and you know, that goes along with the finish as well, you know, because you'll have some whiskeys that will be like, okay, I drank it, I'm done, that's all I got. But some will hold on. And you're like, oh, you know, I like that every once in a while. I'm like, yeah, I like that the smell. I mean the taste. The taste is lingering with me, and I can sit there and really think about it instead of being like, oh, let me take another sip. So that was kind of just a quick, brief overview of you know, when I'm talking about whiskey, one of the points I try to hit in each episode. So if you have any questions, you know, please let me know. You know, I want to make this an easy, enjoyable experience for you, and I don't want you to be going like, what is this guy talking about? Like, do I want good mouthfeel? Do I want a heavy mouthfeel? Do I want to smell cinnamon? Do I smell vanilla? You know, and that's all pretty much up to you. And I just want to be there to, you know, help you decide what is the best option for you. So if you have any questions at all, you know, let me know. You know, I'd love to help you. But besides that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.